Welcome to the Today in History channel. In today's video we will talk about the day, April 5th, 1955. Winston Churchill resigns. British politician and writer, Winston Churchill is one of the most important figures of the 20th century. His long political trajectory spans half a century, from his first election as a deputy in 1904 to his last term as Prime Minister in 1951. Except in the period 1904 to 1924, during which he served in the Liberal Party, he was a member of the Conservative Party, of which he became one of the main representatives. He was born on November 30, 1874, at Blenheim Palace, owned by his grandfather, 7th Duke of Marlborough. After studying at the Royal Military Academy in Sandhurst, he fought in Cuba, India and Sudan. Not satisfied with his military life, he decided to dedicate himself to politics and joined the Conservative Party in 1898. He came to the elections the following year, but he did not obtain the position of deputy, so he went to South Africa as a Morning Post correspondent during the Boer War. In his South African phase, he acquired enormous popularity, which helped him to finally become a deputy. But it was during World War II that he took on the role of protagonist, becoming the symbol of British resistance against Hitler. During the interwar period, Churchill had been poorly understood. Conservative in the extreme, his attitude to the 1926 general strike, his support for Edward VIII, and his sympathy for Franco had cost him the rejection of the British working class. His warnings about the threat that National Socialism posed and his favorable position for rearmament shocked public opinion, which was still recovering from the disaster of the First World War, and was not conducive to new war adventures. Away from active politics and isolated by his own party, he sharply criticized the policy of Chamberlain's cabinet. Churchill advocated a great alliance with Russia and France that would stop Nazi expansionism, but the German-Soviet non-aggression pact frustrated that possibility. The annexation of Czechoslovakia proved that its position of firmness towards Germany was correct. When the Second World War started, he was appointed First Lord of the Admiralty, and, after the invasion of France, he was appointed Prime Minister. He formed a government of national unity, in which he also assumed the post of Minister of Defense. In his famous speech before the House of Commons, broadcast by radio to the whole nation, on May 13, 1940, he stated that he had nothing to offer the British, except blood, work, tears and sweat, managing to unite the British people in their effort to defeat Hitler. From the beginning, he sought the alliance with the United States, and his personal relationship with Roosevelt facilitated the progressive American involvement in the war. In August 1941, in their first meeting with the President of the United States, both representatives signed the Atlantic Charter. Even though he was a fierce anti-communist, he did not hesitate to seek the alliance with Stalin. Churchill was the forge of the great alliance between the United States, the Soviet Union, and the British Empire, which led to the victory of the Allies in the dispute. In 1945, he was defeated in the elections by Labour Attlee, and took up the post of head of the opposition. In 1951, he was again elected Prime Minister, but resigned in April 1955, because of his advanced age. Did you like the video? In the description you will find the blog link with the full article. Give an incentive by subscribing to the channel, liking, commenting and sharing with your friends. Hugs. Until the next.